And then there were two. Hey, Facebook. So, lost a fish last night. Um, she was what I assume, what I think after, going to a care forum and things like that and just doing some researching and whatnot. I think, especially because she was the greediest one in the tank and the most adamant with her food, I think she was dealing with some swim bladder stuff going on. Um, so the first fish that we owned, the first fish that we taken care of, is no longer with us. So yesterday it just started. She was like slow swimming for, a couple of weeks basically, probably about two. And then um, from the slow swimming situation, I just assumed, I was letting the tank temperature get down to about 68 just because it's wintertime. I wanted to kind of assimilate something natural for them, and I wasn't, um, blasting the heat in my own house anyhow. So I figured it wouldn't hurt. I just assumed that that was the reason why, they were doing normal, but, she was swimming around a little slower, but she was my bigger fish, so I attributed it to that. And then once I did started letting the temperature rise, it's like, oh, okay, she's swimming more, slowly or lethargically because she's probably got, eggs going on. She's also the only fish that I've ever seen drop eggs. So, and then we had like this warm snap where I didn't have to have the heat on as much, and so turned it down, but then it dropped like the next day and got cold again. So I'm like, okay, I hope she's not like egg bound or anything like that, because it went from warm to cooler to warm to cold. So I was like, okay, is she egg bound or what? And then it just got to the point where she was like bottom sitting a lot. Bottom sitting. She was still like come up to eat, when it was time to eat, but just bottom sitting, and like her abdomen looked swollen. So again, I'm thinking, okay, is it like the egg bound thing? But I don't feel comfortable checking or anything like that. So I just kind of let it be, and then started asking questions on the forum last night because she was just bottom sitting. And then about an hour into me, digging to try to figure out what could be causing it, because I didn't know. She started laying on her side, and that's like it was just her being basically stuck on like the one side. She wasn't even trying to correct herself anymore. And then I was like, well, okay, let me try to, fast them for a couple of days as I was advised. And mind you, this was told to me yesterday, so if I reached out a little sooner, I might have been able to help, but I don't know. So I took a space heater and actually put it near the corner of the tank that she was in because, as I said, the temperature had gotten a little lower. I was like, well, maybe at least let me try to, raise it, kind of help her metabolize what was going on. Might not have been a good move. I'm not sure. Um, but either way, I saw before I went to bed last night, I saw her and she was starting to poop. So I was like, okay, well, that's good. I was like, if it, go ahead and works its way out, maybe it's just constipation and something. But I woke up this morning and she was lying in the same spot, just not breathing. So I took her on out and had the whole moment and explained it to my daughter, who was an absolute mess when she saw her. But that's it. So now there are two. I just pray that whatever happens, I really hope that it was just constipation and that I can just fast the tank for a couple of days. And don't worry about her. She always does this when she's pooping, whether it's a little bit or a lot. Like she does this like stuttered swimming. I don't know what that is. She's done it since she was a small fish. But so I'm not concerned about her. She's not showing any of the behaviors that the other was. And then I was confused because I just did a water change day before yesterday, like that night. So it hadn't even been 24 hours. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. There wasn't like a big temperature jump, but I read that sometimes city water can have like different additives if they've made a change. So I don't know. But we're just down to two babies and the little one over there in the 10-gallon, not the 2.5 over there, but there's a 10-gallon over there. So yeah, hope everybody starts the new year and starts the new year better than mine and has a wonderful new year. All right. See you later, YouTube.